Welcome to the Church Without Walls, physical or denominational. Today, I'm going to talk about the 4 major requirements for inner guidance from God. Number 1, release. You may be in a problem, and so much in a problem that you think about it constantly, night and day. It keeps you awake at night. You have some ideas in human mind about how to get out of it. At some level, you think that, this is the way it's always going to be. There's nothing that I can do. Or you think that, my golly, I'm right, and I'm going to push and push and push no matter what. Well, we have to admit that we have fallen into a pit of near disaster. Oftentimes, I've been in that pit many times. We have to be willing to release our own thoughts and say, okay, I'm down here, but I need help in this moment. You have to be willing to say, okay, to God. And this is not always easy because God will have ideas that are foreign to your human mind. The second is peace, to have an infilling of peace. See, the mind is like a fist, and often we're so gripped up in our fist, so tight, so nervous about what we're facing, and we're so filled with fear that we can't grasp onto anything. When we become peaceful, we have the ability to grasp on, and this is an automatic result of prayer and meditation. We'll be able to take the ideas of God and incorporate them into ourselves. The third part to inner guidance is openness. You get an idea, but you say to yourself when you get that idea, God, this is the craziest idea that I've ever heard in my life. You've probably heard my story. When I first got the idea to do a computer ministry, that's what I said. I said it out loud. I said, this won't work, and I argued with God. But then you get to the point of openness. You say, well, okay. And you begin to listen in a new way. And then you're grasping, and then you're willing to follow that guidance. The fourth part to inner guidance is trust. In Hosea 11, verse 4, it says something about God's guidance. I really want you to hear this because I know when you're first learning to totally and completely trust God in your life, it's sometimes a bit scary to the human mind. The human mind literally will freak out often. But God is loving and God is wonderful. And yet when we're out there on this seeming ledge of our problem, it is a bit scary. Listen to this. This is what it says in Hosea. I led them with cords of human kindness and with bands of love. I was to them like those who lift infants to their cheeks. I bent down to them and fed them. Romans 8:14 and 15 says this, for all who are led by the Spirit of God are children of God. For you did not receive a spirit of slavery to fall back into fear, but you received, now listen to this, you received a spirit of adoption. Whew, I love that. For we did not receive a spirit of being in a problem, being in a pit, being in a spirit of entrapment, to fall back into fear, but we received a spirit of adoption. My friend, I pray this weekend you can explore the 4 requirements for receiving inner guidance, and you will, because God's already given it to you. God bless you. Happy weekend.